This is Inside Indiana Business Radio on demand for Monday, January 12th, 2026. I'm Gerry Dick. Hammond Mayor Tom McDermott believes Northwest Indiana's chances of landing a $2 billion Chicago Bears stadium are real. He was my guest this week on Inside Indiana Business Television.
Well, it could be a leverage play, but I think it's for real. And it's three words that make me think that. Property tax certainty. We're talking about a $2-3 billion deal. And when you look at the type of property taxes that are going to be generated off a proposal like that, they could save hundreds of millions of dollars by relocating to Indiana.
An Indianapolis area senator has filed legislation that could bring a casino to Marion County, and the proposal comes with a $750 million price tag. Senate Bill 244, authored by Senator Aaron Freeman of Indianapolis, would allow casino operator Full House Resorts to move its gaming license from Rising Sun to Marion County, provided it meets certain investment conditions. A recently published study found a casino in downtown Indy could generate an estimated $170 million in tax revenues each year and more than $490 million in estimated gross annual revenue. Hoosier football hysteria. At least two airlines have added flights between Indianapolis and Miami to accommodate IU fans headed to the college football playoff national title game January 19th. American Airlines says it's added two extra flights on both January 17 and 18 from Indy to Miami. Also, Frontier Airlines has added two additional round trips to Miami. The Knox County Chamber of Commerce says President Jamie Neal will resign after 8 years leading the organization. Under Neal's leadership, the chamber says membership has tripled. Neal was also named the Indiana Chamber's Executive of the Year. From the state's #1 source for Indiana business news, you're listening to Inside Indiana Business Radio. Hello and welcome to Inside Indiana Business. I'm Gerry Dick, coming to you this week from Northwest Indiana, Jeffersonville, Muncie, South Bend, in downtown Evansville, Terre Haute, Fort Wayne, Richmond, from one of the state's key entrepreneurial and innovation hubs, 16 Tech. Inside Indiana Business, Indiana's business news leader. The dean of the Mitch Daniels School of Business at Purdue University is predicting an acceleration of economic growth for the United States in 2026. Jim Bullard says he believes fiscal policy efforts such as the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, signed into law by President Trump last year, will produce results this year.
Yeah, I've been an advocate of the idea that the economy will accelerate in 2026 relative to 2025. Certainly the second half of 2025 turned out to be pretty strong. And I think partly because of fiscal policy, you've got the so-called Big Beautiful Bill that was passed last year. A lot of that's coming into effect in 2026. The International Monetary Fund, which is an international organization, projected that would add almost 1% to U.S. GDP growth.
Indianapolis-based Family Horizons Credit Union has announced the retirement of Keith Wright as president and CEO, a role he has held for more than 23 years. The credit union says Jamie Reed, who most recently served as chief operating officer, has been promoted to succeed Wright. The Pointer family of Putnam County has been named the 2026 Indiana Farm Family of the Year, an honor recognizing excellence in agriculture, innovation, and community leadership. Atlanta, Indiana-based Beck's Hybrids and Indiana Agri-News recognized the family at the Indiana Farm Bureau's annual convention in December. This is Gerry Dick for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.